Order. Question number 8, Colin King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment and asks, what steps is the government taking to strengthen the governance of New Zealand universities and wānanga?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, yesterday I announced that the government will reform the composition of university and wānanga governance councils to create smaller skills-based councils that can respond more quickly and strategically to the challenges of modern-day tertiary education. New Zealand universities face a number of critical challenges, such as a rapidly changing skills needs in the employment market, an increasingly competitive international university environment, and rapidly changing technologies in teaching and learning. Although our universities in wānanga have been performing well, these reforms will allow them to respond to these and other challenges more quickly and strategically. Similar reforms to our polytechnic sector in 2009 have been very successful, and I expect these will be too.
Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Colin King.
Supplementary to the Minister. What are the main components of the reforms?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the main change is to decrease the size of councils from the current 12 to 20 members down to 8 to 12 members, and also allow council membership to be more flexible, and also requiring council members to have governance capability. One university has already indicated its desire to reduce the size of its council to 12, but has been unable to do so due to the legislative requirements we are now changing. The changes for wānanga are particularly important. The governance settings for wānanga were not written with them in mind. The changes will allow wānanga much more flexibility to reflect their unique stakeholders on their council. These reforms will not, as some opposite have asserted and seem to be repeating their assertions now, they will not compromise academic freedom or eliminate the input of students and staff into decision-making.
Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Colin King.
Supplementary to the Minister. What other steps is the government taking to strengthen our tertiary sector?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, this government has a very good record in terms of the progress it's made with the tertiary sector. Since 2009, it's made a series of incremental reforms to improve performance, including the introduction of performance-linked funding, educational performance indicators and reducing low-value spending. These reforms have been bearing very good fruit. In 2012, a total of 162,000 qualifications were completed in the New Zealand tertiary education system. That's up 23% from just 4 years previously. More young people are now moving from school to degree-level study, from 13,500 students in 2007 to 16,500 in 2012, including many more young Māori and Pacifica.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
In light of his view that governing bodies of 20 cannot act quickly or strategically, has he approached the Prime Minister to reduce the size of Cabinet to perhaps 8 or 12 people?
Insofar as his ministerial responsibility, the Honourable...
Well, Mr Speaker, I'm sorry, that is a little shallow. In fact, shallow as a bird bath, as usual from Mr Robertson. And in fact, it may have escaped the member in his many years of moving back and forth between university and parliament, but fundamentally a university council governs a university, which is a single organisation, can be quite large, while a cabinet governs an entire country. It's a subtle difference, and maybe one day Mr Robertson may one day in the dim distant future get to see it for himself.
Question number 9, Chris Hipkins.